So if you're trying to grow an online business, but after a quick search or a quick audit, you're not actually showing up online how you want to, well, this video is for you. As today, I use Google Gemini Deep Research to do a quick audit of your digital footprint, and in order to suggest action steps for you to implement so you can show up online how you intend to show up. So I've used this audit process on some of my clients and myself to get an idea of their online footprint and try and get that brand positioning statement as clear as possible so you can move forward and creating the content that you intended to. So in order to do this, I'm going to dive straight on over into Google Gemini. So here I am inside Google Gemini, and this is Google's AI response to ChatGPT, Claude. If you haven't already got an account, sign in, go to gemini.google.com, or you might need to sign into your own Google account. But here I am inside Google Gemini, and if I wanted to turn on the deep research here, you've just got a prompt for Gemini here, and then you've got tools. If you click on these tools and click deep research, that is just going to flick a switch within Google Gemini. So they're going to actually give a bit more research to your prompts. So it's going to be drawing multiple sources, multiple websites, and it's going to give a deep dive on exactly what you want. So something like the prompt, conduct a detailed review of my website and my YouTube channel and suggested optimizations. So I'm going to give it my website just so it knows exactly who I am, and my YouTube channel. So my website, this is my main domain currently at time of recording this video, and this is my YouTube channel. So my idea is creating evergreen searchable content over time and then offering people free opt-in products and then my services and products down the line. So what I want to do is I want to get a good idea of how I, as timpeakman.com, is showing up online, and then look at that actual research or that audit and then see if there's any action steps or any directions that I need to follow as a result of that. So what I'm going to do is make sure the deep research is toggled on. Just with this quick prompt, I'm just going to click send. Now, before Google dives into its deep research, it's going to give you a suggested plan. So you can have a look at this and edit this if you need, but this is just going to show you exactly the steps that it's going to conduct, because this is going to take a little bit of time because it's drawing on lots of domains, lots of channels, lots of videos. So if you're happy with this, I'm just going to click start research. Now this is going to take a bit of time. So for the purpose of this video, I'm going to hit pause on this video and then come back to this once this is fully complete. So here we are back inside Google Gemini. Now this took 5 to 10 minutes going through. As you can see, it's going to give you a comprehensive breakdown of its deep research and its overview. So I've asked it to conduct a full audit. So this is the prompt on the left, and this is the research plan, and it's going to pull out a canvas. So you can actually see this in a canvas view. And so in the top right hand, you can select contents. You can have a look at the main contents here. You've got a share and an export button here. If you wanted to export all of this into Google Docs, that's another reason I love Google Gemini, because it's integrated with Google Workspace. That's exactly what I use. Or you can copy the contents for another platform. And then you have a little create button here. So you can either create a web page, infographic, quiz, flashcards, an audio overview. So more on that in a little bit. But what I would do here is I wouldn't take this at face value. What you want to do from this exercise is get an overview of how you show up online, your digital eco footprint. So here, have a read through of this, because I've just had a quick glance through of this, and yes, it's got some great facts about myself, but it's also got some inaccurate facts. Now this may be because there are multiple people with an online footprint called Tim Peakman, or it might have got confused with other people in my niche. But here, military background, 16 years RF service, correct. Academic rigor, MBA and OBE recipient, incorrect. I do not have an MBA or an OBE. So you just have to look through this. True freedom, location, time, financial freedom. That's exactly what I stand for. So some of these details are going to be incorrect, but make sure you go through, read it, and you might spark some ideas of, actually, I don't want to show up like that. That is incorrect. This is more my style. So go through and have a read and identify how you want to show up, or the vision of how you want to show up online and the actual how you are showing up online. There may be a bit of a bridge that you may need to close that gap. So all the way down here, it's going to give you some action steps if you wanted to optimize your footprint, or if you wanted to call people to action. Here's a YouTube channel strategy. Here's a funnel and product development, but it's going to give you a bit of a conclusion, and read through the conclusion. You could even go straight up here to create and go on to audio overview. So what I've done, that will take a little bit of time. I've just created an audio overview, and if you haven't done this before, this is a kind of notebook LM function. I'm just going to have a quick listen to this, because this might give you a bit of an insight on how people are perceiving you as a brand, how people are perceiving your online website copy or your videos that you've produced. So I'm just going to play a few sound bites of this. So this is the audio overview after a couple of minutes.
All right, let's get into this. We're doing a strategic audit of the Tim Peakman digital ecosystem. And honestly, when you look at the source material, the background here is, well, it's wild.
It's a very unusual trajectory, isn't it?
I mean, 16 years in the Royal Air Force. He
Correct.
received an OBE for services to medical research.
Incorrect.
And now, an online business strategist.
Correct.
It just doesn't compute at first.
But it connects, you know? That's what's so interesting. We're really diving into what he calls systems first entrepreneurship.
Right.
And
Correct.
the mission here is to sort of unpack how that military precision actually applies to the whole knowledge economy.
That's exactly what hooked me, because you hear online business coach and you picture, 20-somethings yelling about hustle culture.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But Peakman has this corporate credibility. He's got an MBA from Henley Management College.
Incorrect.
That OBE for his work with the UK Biobank.
He's not just some random guy.
Not at all.
Yeah.
And that background is his whole advantage. He was a training officer in the RAF. He
Correct.
understands structure. He understands leadership. So when he talks to, say, an engineer or an executive, he's not speaking influencer. He's speaking strategy.
He seems to be targeting people who are just tired of that 200/7 work cycle.
Yeah.
He has this term, true freedom.
Yes, and he's very specific about it.
Okay, so interesting. Have a full listen to your audio overview. Some of the context in there may be inaccurate. I know it's inaccurate. So what I want to do is to try and identify where they're actually getting their inaccuracies from. And it might be a legit reason, like there is another individual out there called Tim Peakman, and he's got information online that this chat is drawing from. Now, what I would do is I would go back and maybe then highlight, this individual is not me. Please disregard or omit anything from this domain or from this individual. So then you can go back and review this whole process again and try and get a little bit more definition and accuracy on this review. But what I would do is I would go through this conclusion, have a look at the audio overview, and try and identify where you actually see your business if you are building a personal brand and where it is actually. So if these two interviewers are actually saying something that yes, I know it's accurate, but I probably want a little bit more of a systems and process spin or an AI spin, how I want to show up for my personal brand, then there's something I can do about that. And then you can ask this AI, okay, great. Now, in order for me to show up more online in terms of showing X, Y, and Z, what videos or what topics or what content should I be creating next? And it's just going to give you a list of however many bits of content ideas that you can then spark a conversation with another chat model for you to then build out your next set of content ideas. So if there's one thing you take away from this video, conduct this audit on yourself or one of your clients to see how you or they show up online, especially if you are trying to grow an online business with an online footprint. And if you're not showing up how you or your client wants to show up online, then you've got some specific action steps that you can execute on. And this is just my review process. I have processes for everything that I do in my online business. And if you want me to pull back the curtain, I have a free workshop for you. If you're interested to know a little bit more about my business systems, head to timpeakman.com/workshop, where I will walk and talk you through the steps in order to build structured systems and content for you to start earning your first $1,000 of online revenue. That link once more, timpeakman.com/workshop. Hopefully you got value out of this video, and I look forward to seeing you on the very next one.